President Trump. He is camped out in Bedminster, New Jersey, meeting at his golf club today with his health secretary, Tom Price. How to handle insurance companies facing the loss of government funds at the top of the agenda, the opioid crisis as well. Vice President Pence expected there later this week. And a draft government report revealed this morning by the New York Times shows climate change has had a dramatic impact on the U.S. that is at odds with the views of President Trump and his top environmental official. No word yet on whether they will suppress, dismiss, or endorse the report. As a brand new poll from CNN shows, the president's support from his Republican base is slipping. Strong approval of the president has dropped from 73% in February to 59% now. Let's get more on all this from our chief White House correspondent, John Carlin. John, let's begin with those polls right there. The president was out yesterday tweeting that his base is getting bigger every day. This poll at odds with that.
Directly at odds with that. And, George, we've seen the president's numbers come down, as we've mentioned before. Historically low for a president this early in his first term. And, George, the team at the White House really has a choice here to make. Does the president try to reverse those numbers by expanding his base, by reaching out to those who are not traditional Trump supporters? Or do they further try to energize his base? And it seems that that's the direction that they believe that he needs to go, which is to go further to the right, further to energize and to get going his hardcore supporters. But right now, those supporters seem to be softening.
And that certainly seems to be the tack the president is taking with his tweets as well. Yesterday, that extended tirade against Senator Richard Blumenthal, attacking him for failing to serve in Vietnam, even though he was in the Marine Reserves at the time. And this comes from a president who didn't serve at all.
Exactly right, who actually got more deferments than Senator Blumenthal did. He's also been going at the New York Times quite aggressively. Most of his tweets over the last 24, 36 hours have been about Sidney Blumenthal or about the New York Times, continuing to call the New York Times the failing New York Times, so much so that the Times is now responding, George. They've actually put out a statement to respond to the president on this. Take a look at this. The Times saying, "The facts matters. We just reported 3.3 million paid subscriptions, our most ever, and growing profit, income, and revenues. Our stock is up nearly 50% this year." So directly responding to the president and trying to speak, to a degree, the president's own language.
And John, the president already up and active on Twitter this morning. He seems simply to be doing a running commentary on Fox and Friends, to be watching Fox and Friends and retweeting their stories.
It's really something else, George. We've seen this over and over again. This morning, most interesting is he's retweeted a story on Fox and Friends that seems to be based on a leak of classified information about spy satellites over North Korea, U.S. spy satellites. Exactly the kind of leaks that the White House has been condemning, but there the president is apparently interested in what's on Fox and Friends and retweeting the story.
And what's so strange about that, presumably this is the kind of thing he could learn from his own intelligence officials, yet he seems to publicize it when he sees it on television.
Yeah, he gets the presidential daily brief a little later in the morning. The first brief apparently is Fox and Friends.
Okay. John Carl, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.